From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, June the 21st, 2021. Israel's new foreign minister, Yair Lapid, will make an official visit to the United Arab Emirates this coming Sunday. The two-day trip will be the first official visit of an Israeli minister to the Gulf state. Israel's foreign ministry said today that Lapid will be the guest of the Emirati foreign minister Abdullah bin Zayed, and that during the visit, Lapid will inaugurate the Israeli embassy in Abu Dhabi, as well as the Consulate General of Israel in Dubai. The Israel-UAE relationship is of great importance, the ministry said, the fruits of which will be enjoyed not only by the citizens of the two countries, but by the entire Middle East. And Israel's ambassador in the UAE, Eitan tweeted, "I'm honored and excited that Foreign Minister Lapid has chosen the UAE as his first trip abroad." The first batch of coronavirus vaccines that Israel delivered to the Palestinians on Friday were rejected by the Palestinian Authority, claiming the expiration date of the vaccines was too close. The vaccines were part of an agreement reached with Israel and Pfizer to send some 1 million vaccine doses to the PA. The first 100,000 doses transferred, as we reported to you on Friday. They reportedly expire at the end of this month, and Israel affirmed that they are perfectly fine. Israel's health ministry said yesterday that the vaccines were perfectly sound and identical in every way to the vaccines currently being given to citizens of Israel. And today, Israeli Defense Minister Benny Gantz said that his government will continue to work to get vaccines to the Palestinians, saying, "We are committed to the health of our neighbors, and I'm sure a solution will be found to the satisfaction of both sides." A bullet was fired at a synagogue in New York over the weekend. The New York Post reports, citing police, that Chal Zichron Mordechai Synagogue in Brooklyn was closed at the time of the incident, said to be around 3 p.m. on Saturday afternoon, and there were no injuries. The bullet left a hole in a window of the synagogue, and police are looking for the suspect. Well, a festival celebrating diversity and immigrant-owned businesses disinvited an Israeli food truck from taking part after receiving hate-filled complaints over the Israeli truck's participation. The Taste of Home Festival uninvited Moshava, a food truck serving Israeli cuisine led by Israeli immigrants to the U.S., after the organizers received the complaints and apparently threats to protest the festival. Moshava wrote on Instagram this weekend, "We were really hoping the organizers of the event, Eat Up the Borders and Sunflower Philly, would step up to the plate and defend local, small, and immigrant-based businesses, no matter where they are from. But by the looks of it," they said, "fear, violence, and intimidation got the best of them." Well, the uninviting of the Israeli food truck caused outrage, including from Jewish organizations like the Anti-Defamation League, whose CEO Jonathan Greenblatt tweeted, "Stunning. Organizers would bow to threats and discriminate against an Israeli food truck." After a surge of hateful incidents in the U.S., Greenblatt wrote, "This example shows how demonization of the Jewish state creates conditions whereby hate against all Jewish people is tolerated." The event was ultimately canceled, but plans are in the works to try and address what happened. And the ADL's local office in Philadelphia wrote they'd be meeting with the organizers to discuss what happened, provide education on anti-Semitism, and share communal security resources. And Moshava posted later yesterday that they were meeting with the organizers as well to try and educate and grow together in a safe space for everyone. They wrote, "Although we were disappointed with how the situation was greatly mishandled, we do not believe the organizers' intention came from an anti-Semitic place. But the threats they were receiving to their event were." Adding, our shared goal for the future is to steer away from violence and hatred and be able to share a platform with all members of our community and collectively share our cultures. Israel's outgoing president, Rivlin, will head to Washington for a meeting with U.S. President Joe Biden to take place at the White House on June the 28th. The White House released a statement saying that President Rivlin's visit will highlight the enduring partnership between the United States and Israel and the deep ties between our governments and our people. It will be an opportunity to consult about the many challenges and opportunities facing the region. As President Rivlin approaches the end of his term, this visit will honor the dedication he has shown to strengthening the friendship between the two countries over the course of many years. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Monday, June the 21st at 7 o'clock. It's The Wisdom of Dr. Ruth. Then at 7:30, an FIDF live program. Host Joel Chasnoff travels across Israel to visit with IDF soldiers protecting Israel's various borders for an up-close and personal look at Israeli defense by land, sea, air, and Iron Dome. At 8, Rabbi Dr. Elie Abadie talks about his work as senior and resident rabbi of the Jewish Council of the Emirates. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with CLAL leader Brad Hirschfield on L'chaim. At 10 o'clock, we hear from Mandy Patinkin at the 92nd Street Y. And coming up next, Shachar Azani speaks with a CUNY student and alumnus who experienced an increase in anti-Semitism amidst Israel's war against Hamas terrorists last month. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, June the 21st, 2021. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.